Alright guys, what's up? It's your boy Dom here, aka Goliad, because that's my Discord name and that's what some people know me as in the draft league. But basically, I'm in the CCL, which is a draft league that's going to be going for maybe 11 weeks and then playoffs. I don't really know. And these uploads might not be every single week, like it's just when I have time. But I do like making draft league videos. I don't know if anyone actually cares about it, but it's just fun to make. So basically, this is my draft. I have week 1, and it's gonna be later this video, but basically, I'm drafting my team around Megazard X because I think that thing is a beast. It's very customizable. And not every team can have like a Lando T plus like bulky, whatever the hell, and great scarfers to like beat Zard. So I thought that this thing would be good, with support, and it's very customizable, as I said earlier, because I can run like really whatever I want. This thing has a lot of options, low key, and yeah, I just saw Megazord was cool, and not every team would be equipped to deal with it, because if I can weaken like physical walls and leave them at like 60 or something, DD plus Blitzer plus Fire Punch will be good. And yeah, that's basically what I did. And I'm like, next I did Tornadus because it was good defog support plus pivot support plus knock support. It's just cool. I like Tornadus. I've used it in the draft league before. It's really cool. It's my Z move user as well. And basically, yeah, I just thought it'd be good support, good defog, and it's just something I like using. It's very customizable. You can run really whatever you want any week, and yeah, I just thought it'd be a cool Pokemon to have. Nice grind resist for Zard too. It's weak to rock, but that's not like the biggest deal in the world. Next I drafted Suicune because I did want a Fire, Water, Grass, and I thought, okay, Suicune would be like something I would just want. I think this might have been my first Mon that I drafted, actually. Or no, I went Torn and then Suicune, I think. But the thing is that Torn plus Suicune, like, those Mons won't get drafted immediately. If you know how the draft format works, it's basically like each person, there were 12 people, each person just in like a snake order just picks a Pokemon to get. And I didn't really want anything, there was no Pokemon that I really wanted super bad that was like gonna go away fast. I guess maybe Torn, or I guess maybe Suicune, so that's why I did those two first. But I knew Megazard would, there was a lot of Megas, and I knew Megazard would probably not get drafted like immediately. In worst case, I'd just like use Megazard Y or something, so because they're both really good. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll get these two first because I really don't have anything I want like ASAP, because there was a lot of Pokemon like Lando T, Rotom Wash, maybe like some really good Megas like Medicham that would just go very fast, but neither of these Pokemon I think would go very fast. But I'm just like, whatever, dude. So I drafted them. Suicune is really good. I can run, I wanted Fat Water because Fat Water is a good plus T-Spikes here, as I'll get into later. But I also wanted a good Fire, Water, Grass, and Suicune I have no complaints with. Very versatile, very customizable. Can run wacky sets if I want. Just a good one. Glad to have it on the team. Good tier 2. I thought it would be tier 1, but it's actually tier 2. Oh, basically, I didn't explain this. Tier 1 is like OU, UU, RU, and UPU, roughly. There's a lot of Pokemon I think that should have been lower that were in tier 1, but that's fine. I don't really care. Suicune, Fatmon, Nidoqueen. I love using this thing in draft. This and Tornadus I've used in draft before. I don't think I've really used anything else in draft before besides these two, but they're really good. Like, Nidoqueen is super customizable. Does a lot of shit. Can set up rocks, set up T-Spikes, has great coverage, can like have a good wall breaker set, depending on the team it's playing. It has so much good coverage. No complaints with Nidoqueen. In like OU or UU or whatever, it kind of has a bit of 4 move slow syndrome, but in this tier I feel like it doesn't, because like there's always something it can do. And I'm glad to have it. It's also a good rock resist for Zard, and a good like volt switch in, because those are annoying for Torn, and I'm like, okay, that's good. Next, I think I got Serp next because I really wanted this thing because I think this thing is really customizable. In OU, I feel like this thing never really meets my expectations because, like, okay, I want Leaf Storm, I want Defog, I want Knockoff, I want Hidden Power Fire, I want Synthesis, I want Loose Sheet, I want Sub. Like, there's so many options, but like, I don't know. It's like if you face the wrong team with a Serp, it'll do nothing. I feel like in a lot of games, but Serp is really customizable. Plus, it's Defog support, which I like for Zard, and it's also knock support, so I can just like knock annoying things and like knock Heatran or something. Even though if I do face Heatran, I'll probably run Earthquake. No lie, I don't know why I wouldn't run Earthquake Zard versus Heatran, but like, yeah, Serp, like not every team has a Heatran plus Scarfers to like be able to take on Serp, so I'm like, okay, no complaints there. Serp seemed really good. And it's called Blissey because in the draft format, like there's just a lot of annoying special attackers that could break my team, and there's no like defensive core I could have that could cover everything. So I'm like, I might as well get a Blissey, and then be pretty good versus special attackers. Like, I can CM with this thing if I really want to. I have a lot of options for just like dealing with annoying special attackers, even ones that try to sit up in my face. So I thought Blissey was really cool. Also a good rocker, just a good wish passer for like these guys. Heal Beller for Suicune, like good support. Ditto, great revenge killer. I feel like in the draft format, there's always going to be some sort of sweeper that's really annoying and prepared to beat your team, but Ditto is kind of my answer to that. Just something that I made sure I wouldn't just get swept by some random sweeper. Also, Ditto is good to have because that means other people don't have Ditto for Zardex, so I can just like DD a bunch and like people might have a immediate answer for it. So yeah, that was cool. I'm very glad I got Ditto because it also allows me to scout people's sets. And it's just a cool mod, and like versus some people's teams, like it's kind of a necessity, to be honest. If there's like really threatening offense, then I'll probably run Ditto no line. Or at least consider it. Rotom, this thing was, I wanted a Volter, I wanted a Spin Blocker, and I wanted another, like, I guess ground resist, but defogger as well. That was the main thing. I have 3 defoggers that all resist ground, which is epic. But this was a Rotom Fridge before, but the guy who had Rotom Normal traded it away, and so I got Rotom Normal. I didn't really like Rotom Fridge, I thought it was kind of bad, but I just wanted a Rotom in general. And so I got my favorite Rotom, probably, that I could have gotten tier 5. I could have gotten Rotom Fan or Rotom Fridge, as I said earlier, but neither of those were really appealing for tier 5 because Rotom Fan had way too much overlap with Torrent, I feel like. Anyways, Rotom is cool, customizable as hell, Pain Split, Wisp, T-Wave, Spin Blocker, like Nook and Wisp there. Let's go on Volt Switch as well, because Volt Switch is good, even though I don't really have any good breakers to take like advantage of a Volt Switch. I can still get momentum. So next I got, I think, Aromatisse. I considered Clefairy as my fairy type, because I wanted either like a fat psychic or a fat fairy, just for like a random shit, like, I don't know, Medicham or Como or something like that. I don't know why I thought of those. I was like really, even though I know Como can't use like the Z thing, I was just like, I want a fat steel or like a fat psychic or a fat fairy. That was just something I wanted, because that's like something I like using. So I'm like, okay, I might as well have this thing. Double Wish Pass, which is cool. Heal Bell, same kind of thing with Blissey, except I don't think I'll use Wish Pass Blissey. And Aromatisse on the same team. Like, why would I do that? But yeah, come on, I like it. Yeah, it's good fairy type. It's surprisingly bulky. I wish it had like Moonlight or Recover or something, but can't have a perfect mon. It's pretty bulky, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of outclassed in like other like actual U tiers, or like UU or RU 6v6. But in this one, I think it's a fine fairy. I wish I had a better fairy, obviously, because like this thing can be a bit underwhelming. But at the same time, I'm like fine with it, because otherwise I would have to sacrifice some other part of my draft that I like. So I think it's fine. Next up, I need a Registeel, because I wanted a very fairy Dragon Steel Core plus Firewire or Grass, so that they'll just be good asset to have. And yeah, Registeel's good. I've used it before. Oh yeah, I think Registeel on the same team I used Nidoqueen and Torrent on in my last draft league. I don't know. My old draft league was on my old YouTube channel, which is like, I don't know, I think the videos are like unlisted or something, so who cares? And also they were like from a year ago, so who's gonna fucking watch them? But tangent aside, Registeel's good. I know it's good. That's what I meant to say, basically. Has a lot of options. Very bulky, can be Fizz-Def or Spidef, which is nice. Because sometimes in like games you'll be like, damn, I wish I was Fizz-Def, or damn, I wish I was Spidef. But like in this, I can really customize it. And finally, Heracross. I wasn't thrilled about having like my main wall breaker be double weak to a type, but I'm like, this is kind of fine. Like, it's not a huge deal. I really needed a wall breaker at this point, and a ground resist would have been cool. I think this thing, does it resist rock? No, I think it's neutral to rock, but it beats rock types. Basically, I just wanted a strong wall breaker. And I considered Hoopa at first, but I think it was too weak, like normal Hoopa. I don't know, I think it was too weak to Pursuit. I considered Porygon Z, but it's like too weak to Steel types. I didn't want to be too passive. I wanted something that could, like, with the right moves, really destroy. And I've used Mega Heracross before. That thing was awesome. It has so much coverage. Like, Mega Heracross does not get walled by very much at all, so I thought Heracross would be good as well. It's a bit faster. It has Moxie if I want to use that as Guts with Flame Orb. So a lot of options, which I consider to be pretty cool. So that's my draft. and let's get into my week 1 team builder. Alright, so this is my team builder. Alright, let me just load up this. Basically, his team is Mega Medicham, Garchomp, Scolipede, Greninja, Obstagoon, Bronzong, Alphalug, Cinderace, Clefable, Morpeko, Vileplume. That's the dude I was facing week 1, and basically what happened was I faced a dude with a somewhat different team week 1, but he actually quit the league. He was actually hosting, but then he stepped down because he was too busy, which is fine, and then we got a replacement pretty fast, and this was already after he lost week 1 to Activity though, and so I told him, since it was only a Tuesday, I think, or a Wednesday, I'm like, hey dude, I know you're a replacement, but you can either start 0-1 or you can fight me like right now. It's just like a kind of quick game, so we can just see, because I mean it's a chance you win, you know. So I'm like, yeah, that's an option. And he's like, okay, let's do that. And yeah, the new dude's team, it was basically a modified version of the old dude's team, except he notably added an Obstagoon, which I was not thrilled about. I thought that thing would be a pain in the ass. So I basically adjusted my team because the dude adjusted his team and basically changed the last 3 Pokemon. Specifically, he had like a Sylveon before, and it has a Clefable, Morpeko, and Vileplume Renew. And so it's Obstagoon, so I was basically facing a bit of a different team. But I just modified my old team, so basically I started off with Torn, because Mega Medicham is like an enormous issue, so I immediately slept on Torn. And then after thinking about it, I put on Aromatisse as well, just because it has some good fighting resists. And I'm like, okay, this is a bit kind of a bummer, because like I'm kind of on the back foot, especially versus Obstagoon and Medicham. It's gonna be like really tough for me, matchup wise. But I did see that he's kind of weak to Zardex, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. No complaints there. That he is weak to Zardex, and he's kind of weak to Torn as well, I would say. So both of those things were cool. I'm running a bulky Flanium set for Medicham mostly, and also I just wanted Flanium for Obstagoon late game, and so I wouldn't take that much knock damage. Basically, I was Helmet for like the first week because the dude didn't have Obstagoon, and I wanted to like Helmet punish Medicham, but then I realized, okay, Flanium Z is good versus this team. I want to use that because it's good for Obstagoon, and it's good for just like kill power late game, so I'm like, okay, no complaints there. But the dude's only flying versus is like Bronzong, so I'm like, okay, this is really fine. Like I can knock that thing and then go into Regishield to start seismic tossing instead of my rocks. Like Bronzong, I don't think is gonna last the whole game since he didn't really have any like wish support or anything, so I'm like, okay. I'm gonna just get started with Flanium Torrent, and then this thing Aromatisse as a check for Medicham and Garchomp as well. Decent for Morpeko, I guess. And Obstagoon, but Obstagoon is kind of a menace, so yeah, I was kind of worried about Obstagoon and Medicham, so the first 2 kind of reflect that, I would say. The next one was Suicune, and the first dude's team was a bit weaker to Suicune. The new dude has a Morpeko and a Vileplume, but Suicune destroyed the first dude, and I'm like, okay, fine, this thing, Fizdef has utility anyways, like CM is a good win condition and shit anyways. It's good good, and he doesn't really have any good Swallow visions besides like Clefable, and Clefable is not like the biggest issue for my team, I thought, so I'm like, okay, this is fine. Suicune is good. I'll just bring that, because I don't really have anything better to bring. Like, I was gonna bring Nidoqueen, but then I'm like, the old dude had the circuitry, but the new dude didn't, and I'm like, okay, I think this is fine. Next, I brought at first this was a really bulky Zard with a lot of HP investment, and like, it was not very fast. But for the new dude, I really wanted speed to outspeed Obstagoon and tie Medicham. I thought that was just like really fine. I didn't really need bulk for that much in particular, because offensive Clef would be annoying anyways, and defensive Clef would not do very much. So I'm like, okay, I don't really need bulk for anything, and I want speed to tie, you know, as I said earlier, Medicham, which is a huge threat. So I just brought this because it was a great win condition. DD poops on his team. The cool thing is that this thing either beats his team if he's running like offensive Zard, like with rocks, or offensive Garchomp with like rocks or SD, and it also beats and if he's running Scarf Chomp, I mean, that's not an issue to my team really. I have Suicune, like the first 3 handle Scarf Chomp really well, and it's pretty weak, so I'm like, okay, even if he is running Scarf Chomp, I can like kind of finesse that. And next I got Registeel. I'm actually like a Lure Choppleberry Protect set with T-Wave for Metagem mainly, and also I just wanted this thing in general for like Obstagoon and Greninja Scolipede. Yeah, it was just good. And I also wanted rocks, that was the main reason. And Nidoqueen didn't really do very much versus the other dude team, so I'm like, okay, I might as well bring the rocker with that can at least do something. And then lastly, I have Defog Serp with helmet. Yeah, this thing's pretty good. I wanted this thing to defog Rocks Chomp, defog Bronzong, defog just like stuff in general. Greninja Spikes, Greninja Toxic Spikes or whatever. Because I need Tool defog for Zard probably, just like in general. Like good 2 options is good, and I can't really defog very well with Torn versus Zong, so I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm double knock, which is interesting. I almost brought Icy Wind Torn over Knock just because that's better for Garchomp. But yeah, okay, now let's get into the game. Okay. I thought first off, I thought Serp would be amazing versus this dude if he didn't bring a Scolipede and Cinderace isn't the biggest issue. But then I'm like, okay, he's Z Scolipede, so I'll probably bring that. Alright, so let's get into the game. Week 1 time. First thing I noticed when he brings his team is no Garchomp and no no Garchomp and no. What was I expecting? I was expecting something else that he didn't bring. He did bring Scolipede, which I kind of wasn't expecting. And yeah, I don't know. There's some off. I think I expected Vileplume or something for Speaking plus Serp. But no Garchomp is very interesting. But he did bring more Pico, which I did not expect at all. But this is like kind of what I expected, I guess. Yeah, and I noticed Torrent is pretty good here. Serp is not good because he has Cinderace plus Scolipede and Bronzong as well. And so I'm like, okay, this is gonna be annoying. But I was dead set before the game on leading Torn, so I didn't let Garchomp do much, and I did not let Metacham get free momentum, and so I lead off with Torn here. He leads off with Cinderace, and I U-turn, not really giving a shit about what he wants to do, and he goes for that's not necessarily true. I meant like if he was like Scarf or something, which I doubted, I didn't really care. It didn't OHKO, so I was fine. I just went U-turn. And then either way, I would just like get Kunin for free. And then he U-turns, or he goes into Bronzong on my U-turn, and I go into Serp. So I can get a knockoff, and he's probably going to defog, or set up rocks so I can defog those. He got arrows, which is a lot, but he gets hit by my helmet, which is good. I synthesis one of my health back, and he says rocks. I'm fine with that. I defog here. He goes to the Toxic, which is really annoying actually. I didn't really think about how annoying it would be, but like Toxic Bronzong is super annoying for like Torn and Serp, and also Zari, because I can't really because I also can't really get up rocks, or I can't get rocks off the field very well versus Toxic, but he is knocked and chipped, so I go Zong here to try to get my rocks, because I know that I can't really get his off at the moment, and I T-Wave because this dude was taking a long time to play, or to make the play, and I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna not stay in and take his hazard toss, he's probably gonna try to get momentum, and then he goes into Cinderace on the T-Wave, which is great, and yeah, hold on, I don't know why is this being annoying. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so he takes a T-Wave, and then I go into Suicune here because there's not to. Kind of want to run Rocky Helmet to like annoy U-turn, but whatever. He goes Power Ball, does nothing, so I know it's not banned, and so I go for the Skull. He goes Cliff, he does nothing. So I just go back into the sink because I don't really just want to get my rocks up. If he's gonna have his rocks up, I might as well have my rocks up. I don't think I can defog very easily right now anyway, so I just hit up my rocks. He goes Cinderace. I kind of know he's gonna U-turn here, but I'm like, whatever, this is fine. I'm just gonna go Suicune as he does U-turn. And he goes into Morpeko, which I actually realized with a Toxic Serp, this thing is super annoying. I go into Serp here and take a lot from Orwheel, I think. Yeah, I take a ton. And I pretty much let go of this thing because I can't really do much right now. This thing is super annoying. But I can get in, like, Registeel or Aromatisse to like revenge kill this thing, so I'm not the biggest. I'm not really that worried. I got up a free Moonblast here just because I don't want this thing sitting up on me. He goes on, which kind of expected. I should have wished probably, but I don't think it changed that much because I didn't really need to wish anything anyways. Like, I have pretty healthy guys except the one that's dead. And then he goes into Cinderace and takes Rock Damage, showing me that he is not Boots and he's not banned, because I saw he wasn't banned earlier. So I'm like, dang, what item is this? Maybe Scarf, or maybe like AV or something, or maybe like, I don't know. He's not Life Orb either, so I didn't really know what item this guy was. And so you go for the Protect here on just like PP stall Pyro Balls, because like, why the fuck not? Or if he U-turns, I can catch that. He goes for the Power Ball here, thankfully. U-turn would have probably been super annoying. If he got him more Pika, that would have been tough as fuck. And he outspeeds my Suicune here, even though he's paralyzed, so I'm pretty sure it's Scarf at this point. And I think he thought that I wasn't Rest, or maybe I was like Sub-Protect or something, so he could like chip me, and he didn't really need this thing, I guess. Core change is good though, and then he goes into the Morpeko as I get a Skeleton switch. I was happy that he hard switched right into Morpeko instead of getting it in earlier on my rest, because if I got it on my rest, I had a sleeping Suicune, and I also had a just like nothing that really wanted to take his moves, and so I guess I would have gone into a Aromatisse or Registeel. I don't know, it would have been really tough, but he goes hard into it, which is really good for me. It's at 22, meaning he dies into 2 Rocks hits, so that's amazing for me. That's like super good. No burn, but that's fine. I really just want this thing damage because it's actually low-key a huge threat to me. Like, Nasty Plot could definitely sweep me. I would have to get rid of Rocks first for Zard to be a good check to it, and even then, like, I can't do it that versus Morpeko, so this thing was actually very scared of me. And he goes hard into it on the Scald, trying to get like a Sleep Talk less or something, I don't know, or maybe thinking it wasn't Sleep Talk. Maybe get a bit impatient because he hadn't been making that much progress besides killing Surf, but this thing was super annoying. So I'm glad he switched that into that and took the damage. I just go hard Aromatisse here because I feel like I do have backups for Medicham, like that isn't the biggest deal. I don't really need to preserve this. I really need to take on the threat at hand. Morpeko is actually, if you ask me, more threatening than Medicham, because I can revenge kill Medicham very easily, and I can like just take its hits, I guess, with like Triple Berry Registeel and Suicune and Torn and Zard and stuff. Like Morpeko is literally more threatening than Medicham because I don't have a ground type, and my fire type is not amazing at being this thing, so fuck. But yeah, I did have this thing for Morpeko. Like, I don't think I was gonna get 6-0 by it like straight up, but it would be annoying. And so I go to my Torn here, so I'm just like, okay, fuck it, I really want to like kill this thing, and I'm like, he doesn't know he's SD Poisonium. I mean, maybe actually, like, I might run that, but he's actually not even Speed Boost. I think he put on the wrong ability. He said in chat that feeling when you double check the ability and still forgot it, and I'm like, oh my god, like I couldn't actually relate to that pretty hard with like a Hypercut or Mawile or something like that. But yeah, I just throw up Defog here because I'm like, fuck it, dude, like I just really want to get my hazards away, and this is a good time. Because everyone wants to do some late game, or mid game, I guess. And then he goes into this thing, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, I'll just Hurricane, because your defense, or your evasion is dropped, so I'll just hit a Hurricane and kill you. But he actually is fully parried here, like, I know he's Scarf, and I don't think Scarf Powerball kills me, so I just hit a Hurricane and kill it. And then he goes into Bronzong, to get up Rocks again, and I'm fine with that, because I can just get up my Rocks if he wants to. Like, that's not a terrible trade for me. And then he just Gyro's trying to like kill me or something, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I kill it with the Southern Toss because I know he's gonna want to try to get up some last ditch Rocks. And then he goes Medicham, like, alright, Beast is in, but I do have Revenge Killers and shit, so I'm not like that worried about this thing right now. And Morpeko's dead, so I think I'm in a pretty good position. And then he goes for the sub as I T-Wave, yeah, because I'm Choppel. And I thought about Sub Drain Punch, but I'm like, dang, there's a lot of opportunity cost in that set. It doesn't really hit as hard. Like, high jump kicks are way easier to just throw around than Drain Punches. But Drain Punch is pretty decent versus my team, although it doesn't really dent Aromatisse very hard at all. I definitely did think about it, and I'm like, okay, he could run sub Drain Punch because he doesn't want to get T-Waved or wanting to Chopped or anything like that. And so he does get that, and he hits me, but I don't really need this thing that much, kind of for Clef, but like I feel like I can deal with Clef, and more so I can just sweep with Zard at this point. He goes for the Drain Punch again, I predict that, and go into Torn. At this point, I just throw up a free Hurricane, or no, U-turn, because I don't want to miss Hurricane or anything like that. And then I go into Zard, I'm like, alright bro, I'm just going to sit up and fucking win at this point. I don't care if that's T-Wave Clef, I don't give a shit really. And I I DD and just fire punch because he's not the speed boost. That was like pretty handy there. And he goes in the cleft on my eye on my fire punch. It does 59 because he's unaware, and then he counters me. And I know for a fact that's illegal. But I don't give a fuck. I'm like, that's fine. You can run that. The crit probably mattered. Like I critted the clef with fire punch, and then it OHKO'd me back, which was kind of annoying. This would have been good late game, I guess. But yeah, unaware counter is definitely fucking illegal. But I don't really care that much. I'm like, fuck, I'll just win anyways. And so I go into Torn here. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I should have gone Torn. He's low. I should have fucking gone Torn and just fucking won the game. What was I thinking, dude? Honestly, damn, I didn't think of that. I can just go Torn and win. It's crazy. But I went into this thing and I'm gonna go back to full. But I did 2-8, which was good. CM would have been fucking vicious at this point. So I definitely should have gone Torn and just try to finish the game off with my Z-Fly. And then I can like finesse Metachamp because I have a Aromatisse anyways. And like, yeah, I could have easily just gone Torn and like Z-Fly'd and got a kill. Damn, that was kind of annoying. Or at least threw up a raw Hurricane. But I kind of just go into Red Steel and T-Wave and just try to get some Stoss chip. And then I get him like decently low. And I knock here because lefties are annoying. Miss a Hurricane. I miss another Hurricane. I hit a Hurricane here, it does a lot. And I missed another one. I should have killed it off while I could. Then a U-turn to go into Aromatisse so I can just like wish my Torn back up. It's fine. I get hella low key. I get super low. Then I protect here. And he goes in a dark one and hits me with the dark move. Electric one would have probably killed actually, because it did 27 and I'm at 26. So if it was neutral, it would have killed me probably. That would have been tough. But he goes into Metagem here, and he tries to sub just to like, I don't know, catch a switch or something. But realistically, I'm kind of sacking this thing. I don't need it for clef very hard. He just ends me here, which is fine. Takes helmet damage. And he's at really low. He was at 100 earlier. I Hurricane here. And, this is a lose-lose, because, basically, if I Z-Hurricane this thing, to avoid getting Ice Punch on the dodge, then I am kind of weak versus Clef. But if I do just dodge the Hurricane, or if he does dodge Hurricane, I just straight up auto-lose. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. And I was kind of afraid of like T-Wave Clef kind of just like owning me, something like that. So I'm like, fuck, dude. I guess I'll just hit a Hurricane and try to Z it. I should have killed the Clef while I could. That thing is actually really annoying to Torn. Otherwise I could have easily swept, but shit happens. He goes in the Clef. I default because I want to hit more Hurricanes. Cause I feel like I'm gonna use a bunch of Hurricanes at this point. He gets fully paired, which is amazing. My Hurricane and he Moon Blast and doesn't drop me, which is amazing, and I just see Fly kill. And wow. Dude, I kind of played Torn bad in the end game, but I did in fact to win. And his illegal Clef could not beat me. I think he was like Psych Up Clef to try to catch like Leaf Storm Surfs and like CM's shit, which is kind of interesting. I personally feel like CM would have been better, but whatever. Game is done. We both kind of prepped this pretty like hastily and played pretty hastily, because it was kind of last minute, like, oh, we might as well play instead of me just taking the act win over you. So we played and I won. So pretty close game. Also I did have Sweet Kid in the back with pressure arrest, so that was cool versus Clef. But anyways, yeah, I won the first week, which I was really happy about. I did not want to lose to this guy in his Obstagoon. Oh, that's the thing I thought he didn't bring earlier. Obstagoon, yeah, I think would have fucked me up. I mean, it could have, like, I easily could have outplayed, but that plus Metachamp probably would have overloaded my, and the electric thing would have overloaded my Aromatisse. Him having no speed boost on his gold repeat was kind of interesting. Kind of helped me, but, like, not really. But yeah, that's all I have to say. This was a fun game. I'll upload it, I don't think I can upload every week, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I kind of have time, but making these is kind of a pain in the ass, low-key. But yeah, peace, dudes.